Hi everybody, welcome to Starsound Studios. We're in Studio A and we're going to talk to you about mastering today. So I have four things to tell you. One has to deal with level and dynamic range, okay? So the balance struggle that a mastering engineer has to walk a tightrope of dynamic range. So what is that? Here's the lowest part of your song. Here's the highest part of your song. The difference between the lowest part and the highest part is your dynamic range, okay? So what is happening in the loudness wars is what we're doing is we're squashing the dynamic range and then raising the whole thing to oblivion. And so a song that is supposed to breathe and, ebb and flow and go in and out and loud and soft is now only that far instead of being this far. And so the balance is, how do you get enough level and preserve your dynamic range? Well, that is the ultimate question when you're talking about mastering. The second thing that I want to talk to you about is the different medium, right? So you have WAV files, you have MP3s, right? And the MP3 is a dithered down version of what you have in a studio. So we have software here that we run the MP3 through and can hear the difference of what is being taken out by those bits being taken from a 16 or 24-bit file. And you listen to it and it's sort of like just little tiny things. And you go, well, okay, if you listen to it and you go, well, you know what, I don't mind what it's taken out, it sounds okay. Or you might really not like it at all. Well, then we can mix back some difference so that it's not as noticeable. Then that brings me to the third point of the different platforms. So we have Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, and 47 billion other ones. And so each one of them requires a different parameter, which is going to be my fourth point. So what you send to Spotify has a different parameter that you send to SoundCloud or to YouTube or to iTunes, and nobody has the same format. Wouldn't that be nice? And so what I do here at Starsound Studios is we actually give our clients several masters instead of just one and going, hey, good luck, I hope this works for you. So what happens with this is this. So remember our dynamic range and level thing, right? Well, I'm making choices based upon what I hear out of the speakers. If you give Spotify too loud of a mix, what it will do is algorithm will just squash your song in whatever way necessary without checking that and going, hey, that's unacceptable level. You're taking out too much, or it really makes my song not sound so good. They don't care. They're like, congratulations, your song is on Spotify or SoundCloud or iTunes. And well, great, your song's there, but it's there not sounding as good as some of the other ones. And you wonder why. Well, that's why. So I used to have them all memorized, and the last problem is that their parameters are moving targets. So they've changed 4 or 5 times. So rather than memorize them, and at the time, whatever client says, I want mine on Spotify, I look up Spotify's current measures, and I mix to that parameter. And then I look up SoundCloud and do the same thing. And then their master will be set as best as it can for those particular platforms. And if a studio is not mastering for you in that respect, then there's a problem. And you need to visit Starsound Studios, and we'll take care of it for you. Until next time.